Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you a complete guide on how to self-study English. So I'll be covering some tips and resources that helped me to become kind of fluent in English. So whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your skills, this guide will be something for you. So yeah, let's get started. So the tip number one that I have to give you guys is set your goals. What I mean by set your goals. The first step in any self-study journey is to set a clear goal. Why are you learning English? Is it for work? Is it for travel? Is it for personal growth? For me, it was just for fun and also because I wanted to be able to communicate with other people. So having a clear goal will keep you motivated and focused. So in this step, basically what you have to do is write down your goals and break them into smaller and manageable tasks. For example, aiming to learn 2 new words each week or just speaking English for 15 minutes in a day is a good example on setting goals and then breaking them into smaller and manageable tasks. Okay, tip number 2, create a study schedule. What I mean by this is basically for you to keep consistency, you have to create a schedule. Schedule is the key to when it comes to self-study. So here, basically, you have to create a schedule that fits your lifestyle and dedicate a specific time each day or each week to study just English. And this could be in the morning, for example. For me, when I wake up in the morning, I try to learn new words in English because I feel like when I wake up, I'm fresh and ready to have new information, and I will retain the information for a much longer time. For example, you can do this in the morning, during the lunch breaks, or before going to bed. So basically, you have to stick to schedule as much as possible and adjust the schedule whenever it's needed. And this leads me to give you the tip number 3, which is use a variety of resources. Okay, one of the best things about self-study is the abundance of the resources available on the internet or also on libraries. You can see books in libraries, and also you can also study through the internet, just searching on internet. So some of my favorite resources are books, apps, websites, podcasts, and also YouTube channels. One of my favorite. Some of my favorite apps are, for example, the Duolingo. I think you already know about Duolingo. And Memrise. I think you also already know about Memrise. And Anki. Those are fantastic apps for learning vocabulary and grammar. The website that I recommend to you guys are websites like Fluent U and BBC Learning English. These are very good websites for you to learn English. And podcasts and YouTube channels, my favorites. This one basically consists of learning English, listening to English podcasts, and watching YouTube channels that focus on language learning. Some of my favorites are the English We Speak by BBC and English I Did by Mr. Duncan, and also Learn English with TV series, my favorite, my top favorite. And tip number 4, and also my favorite, is practice speaking and listening. Speaking and listening are crucial components of learning any language. So here are some of my favorite ways to practice English. Language exchange. So this consists of basically you finding language exchange partner online or in your community. For me personally, I use Tandem. I recommend to you guys to use also Tandem because there you can have conversations with natives and people who are also learning English. And you can also join our community on WhatsApp, where you will be able to communicate and speak with other people and people who are learning English like you and will help you. And we also have natives on the group, so they will help you and correct you. And yeah, it will be cool to have you with us on WhatsApp. So favorite way number 2 to learn English is the shadowing. You guys know that I talk a lot about the shadowing technique because the shadowing technique helped me to be able to speak and be able to communicate with you guys as I'm doing right now because of this shadowing technique. So this consists of listening to native speakers and try to mimic their pronunciation and intonation. And guys, trust me, this technique can significantly improve your speaking skills, so go for it. And the last tip about practicing speaking and listening is to record yourselves. I know you guys don't like to hear your own voice, but guys, it's necessary. So basically you have to record yourself speaking and then listen to the playback. This will help you to identify areas for improvement and track your progress. It's very important to record yourself and then listening to see if you are sounding more natural or the way that you want to sound in English. So it's very important to record yourself and then play back recording. So tip number 5 is immerse yourself into the language. So I talked about this in my first video. So basically, immersion is one of the best ways and effective ways to learn English. So basically, you have to surround yourself with English as much as possible, and you can do this by doing my favorites, watching TV shows and movies. You will watch it with subtitles, and this will help you to improve your listening skills and learn new vocabularies through the context. And number 2, you can read in English. So read books, articles, blogs in English will help you to improve your English, especially if you like and enjoy reading. And the last one is think in English. So this one is hard, even for me. So trying to think in English instead of translating from your native language will help you to become more fluent and natural in your speaking, and also will give you enough confidence to go and try to speak at least with natives or with people who are learning English or with people who just speak English. It will help you a lot. So you have to try not to translate every word when you're learning something. Just try to learn it by the context, and then it will help you to have a critical thinking and not trying to translate every time you're trying to, for example, have a conversation with a normal person who speaks English. And last tip, that is not a tip, is my advice for you guys is stay motivated and be patient. So guys, think with me. Learning a language is like a marathon, not a sprint. So stay motivated by celebrating your progress, and no matter how small the progress is. So you can do this by joining online communities or local groups where you can share your journey and get supported by others, English learners. So guys, you have to remember that it's okay to make mistakes, because I know that as I'm speaking right now, I may be making mistakes, but I just speak because I need to speak. I need to improve my English. So guys, try to speak as much as possible, and so they are natural part of the learning process. Basically, mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. So you will always have mistakes. So try to make more mistakes now, then in the future you won't have like that much. You will not be making this much mistakes, or you will not be making a lot of mistakes. I think is how I can say. I don't know, like I'm making mistakes. So yeah. So guys, that's my complete guide to self-study English. I hope you guys found these tips and resources useful, and if you enjoyed this video, please give thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.